Alright, I just wanted to apologize for misinforming you on how much range the 2018 Nissan Leaf has. So, I was watching the fully charged video where Johnny goes to Japan and test drives it. It's like over half an hour long. It was a really entertaining video. And anyway, in Japan, for some reason they have a different rating, like they come up with different range ratings than we do here. Maybe like the way their roads work or something, or people drive more efficient. I don't know what the deal is, but they rated it at 400 kilometers of range, which is basically 250 miles. And in the video, he said that's not realistic. You can expect a real world range more of 200. And the way he was talking, he made it sound like they had found a way to make the battery more energy dense and lighter so that the car could go further even though there wasn't as much kilowatts stored in the battery. But since then I've watched a number of videos on the 2018 Nissan Leaf, and every single one of them agrees that it's got a rating of 150 miles of range here in the US. So comparing apples to apples with all the other cars and the range you're used to them having, the 2018 Nissan Leaf only has 150 miles of range. So I am sorry for misinforming you. I was confused because of the fully charged video that I had seen. Anyway, that was kind of disappointing news to me because I think the range is important. I'm basing this off the sales of the Chevy Bolt last year, because I'm not saying the Chevy Bolt's not a good car. It can go 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds, which is really, really quick. And they got that really good regenerative braking in it where you can do one pedal driving. So that's a really cool feature. But I think the reason it sold well is because it was the only non-Tesla vehicle that was distributed all over that had over 200 miles of range. And right now, with Tesla being backed up on Model 3 orders, there's a big opportunity for people to get EVs out there in a decent price range that can go over 200 miles. And I think Nissan should have seized on this. I agree with them about the price point being an important thing. So I have no quarrel with them having a 40 kilowatt option out there that's just on the border of 30,000. That's good business, and there's a market there. They should have done that. But I think they should have also had like a deluxe or premium edition with the 60 kilowatt battery, because they shouldn't let this whole year go by where Tesla's backed up on Model 3 orders and not have a 200 kilowatt version out there. I know they're supposed to have one out in 2019, but I just think they missed the boat. I think a whole year of opportunity is going by where they could have had some high sales. And I wanted them to cash in on that, because I feel like after Tesla, Nissan's done the most for electric vehicles. Like they took a chance back in the day. They thought they saw the writing on the wall and that this is the direction things were gonna go, and they just fully went in. They produced a mass marketed EV, and it was a nice EV and people liked it. They didn't quite have the thermal management of the batteries that people would have preferred, but other than that, it was a really, really good car. The way the brakes work, the way it steers, just has a smooth ride. I think most people that have Nissan Leafs are really, really happy, unless they live like in Arizona or Florida or somewhere where the battery issues affect them more directly. So because of that, I really wanted them to do good, and I wish they would have cashed in on this. The only reason I could see for the 1 year delay is if they weren't 100% certain their battery technology was up to par, but they knew it was for the 40 kilowatt. And if they were doing it because of quality, I agree with that. I always think you should have good products out. I don't think you should sacrifice on quality to jump the gun and try to win the race, because that can come back and bite you. But if they had the capability of making a 60 kilowatt battery right now, they should have done it. They should have had a cheaper version with the 40 kilowatt battery, and then a more expensive version with the 60 kilowatt. I just think they had a opportunity, because I'm thinking people want that range. They just do. And especially if you're not going to have like as good of a charging network and stuff, they're going to want that range. Because if you're going to have to wait longer for the battery and charge, then if you're going to go mess around at a mall and stuff, you're going to want to be able to drive a longer amount of time before you have to stop and do that again. And if you're more stranded and can't take trips, you're going to want to have like a bigger circle radius of where your car can and can't go. So either way, the bigger range is a good thing. And I just really wish they would have seized this opportunity.